A plumbing van, but now it is my home. But it's
Now
important
it's
to
a
me to
house.
have as many clothes as I physically can. My logic being, the more clothes you have, the less often you have to do laundry. Uni themselves, I haven't told them really, but
You don't need to tell uni, but this is my point. When I say you have to become creative in the UK to get ahead, this is literally the video you want to watch, okay? But let's get into it.
this is my student accommodation. It was originally a plumbing van, but now it is my home. But it's important to me to have as many clothes as I physically can. My logic being, the more clothes you have, the less often you have to do laundry.
He's a genius, man.
Uni themselves, I haven't told them really, but I don't think they have a problem with it. I mean, they don't know, so they can't.
What are they gonna say? Like, well, you need to live with one of our accommodations in order for you to pass your tests. Get out of here, man. I think this kid's a genius. It's probably one of the wisest things you could do whilst you're attending uni. Let's get
Another
into it.
video.
Start.
Today we're meeting up with
Goodness
Ed,
me, that was a
who
long
swapped
intro.
student accommodation to live in a van.
Make sure you stick around for the full tour to see exactly how he's got it set up. And we hope that you enjoy the video. If you like it, let us know in the comments what you think. And if you want to see more content like this, then make sure you're subscribed. Back to it.
Hello, my name is Ed. I'm 22 years old. I'm in my fourth and final year of university, and this is my student accommodation. I mainly decided to do this because I did a placement year last year, which meant that all of the friends I made in my first 2 years of uni had left by the time I'd come back to do my fourth. It meant that if I wanted to try and find a house to live in, I'd have to live with people I didn't know. The thought of doing that was more scary, to be honest, than doing this. So that's why I've done this, basically. We're at uni at the moment, and I tend not to park here in the week because it's quite expensive. I basically rent a parking spot. That is a 15-minute walk from campus, and I walk through the woods every day to come to uni, and that's like £60 a month for that parking spot. So yeah.
£60 a month. So he's saving, and rent, it depends on where he is though. Rent could end up being like maybe 800, 900 a month. It depends where he is, obviously. But let's just use that. Let's just use 700 as a safe bet. 60 a month or 700 a month. How much is he going to save? And I hope he's wise with his finances, and he may, I don't know, maybe starts investing or learning about to invest, and actually puts those finances to, you know, to a good action.
So yeah, I basically park there in the day when I have lectures or whatever. I walk to uni, and then just walk back at night. It's actually closer than my house was in second year. But yeah, sometimes I will stay here on the weekends. It's £1 for the whole weekend, so I can stay here. And then I have obviously uni, so I've got toilets. I've got a really good internet connection. So yeah, it does work. But most of the time I'm not at uni, I'm kind of around uni. There's a few different parking spots that I go around during the week. I kind of just rotate basically through 4 or 5 different locations, and yeah, never had a problem so far, but we'll see. You never know.
Well, after making this video, the university might watch this video. Hey, isn't that Tom?
I've had a few mixed reactions to telling people I live in a van. Most of them are always positive. They're always like, that's really cool. Why and how and what are you doing? I had one girl who was like, yeah, that makes sense. I was like, I don't know what that means, but
marry me.
Yeah, I won't take offense to it. The uni themselves, I haven't told them really, but I don't think they have a problem with it. I mean, they don't know, so they can't.
I thought all the windows would be tinted. I would tint the windows so nobody knows.
Okay, yeah, this is my student accommodation. This is it's a 2009 Ford Transit. It's very blue. It's a long wheelbase and a super high top. It was originally a plumbing van, but now it is my home.
Are you happy to share how much you paid for it?
So it was I'll say it was roughly the same as 1 year of rent. The insurance is one of the bad things.
Why not just say the price? Like, what? This is the thing about the UK. We're so afraid, like, to talk about money. It was roughly the price of one. How are we supposed to know? Just say. What do you think we're gonna do? We're gonna go and copy and buy an exact blue van, like, to rent, and say, well, That's not, because in America it tends to be quite the opposite, you know. Okay, well, my budget was 2,000, then I had 1,500, and then I done da. In the UK, how much do you make? Hey, let's talk about football. I don't even know why I want American for the UK accent. You know, they switch, divert. So who you gonna vote for? Hey, Mate, I don't really talk about the people I voted for or how much is my wallet. Wait,
It was
chill out.
originally a plumbing van, but now it is my home.
Are you happy to share how much you paid for it?
So it was
Thank you. Shout out to whoever's behind the camera for pushing him on that. Like, just...
I'll say it was roughly the same as 1 year of rent. The insurance is one of the bad things
Oh.
for me, because it's like, because
He
I'm
didn't push.
22, I've
I
got like
rewinded
3
the
years no
bags.
claims, so the insurance is quite a lot of money. Overall, it's still cheaper than renting a house, and I get to sell it at the end, so yeah. I've tried to keep it as kind of stealthy as
He's
I can.
lost ratings now.
I mean, it does just look like a kind of like a work van. It's like 5.7 meters long, which is quite long, and the only vehicle I've ever driven before this was a Toyota Aygo, so it's a bit of
Hmm.
getting used to. So I've got a few gadgets and gizmos. I've got
seems like
reversing
he's not gonna
camera,
share
which is
much
essential
numbers.
for a longer vehicle like this. Got a big screen for my sat nav. Got a dash cam. I've got another camera. So this is a blink camera. So it just means I can check in on the van at any time, which is always useful. I also keep an old phone in the front here as well. That just has a hotspot on it, so I can have Wi-Fi basically in the van, and that also runs the cameras so that I can view them from anywhere. I've got a little fella here. I've got the window vac, which is an essential for van life, as most people probably know. So I've got these big windows on the side here. I've got curtains inside, so it blacks it out and you can't see in. To be honest, most of the time the curtains are closed, but it is good to get a bit of light in here. But otherwise, on the side of the van, there's nothing on it basically. I've tried to keep it as stealthy as I can so that no one knows I'm here. If you knew what you were looking for, you'd know it was a camper van, but most people don't. So there's 330 watts of solar on the roof. I mainly rely off of the DC to DC charger, especially in winter. The solar panels kind of do nothing. Today they might do a little bit because it's quite sunny. So this is my garage area.
Alright guys, these videos wouldn't be possible without the support of our sponsors. And today, that's Proton shows from anywhere in the world.
Link in the description to try.
Socket, and I can charge them that way. I've got this 330 watts of solar on the roof, and it also charges when I drive along.
So he's got a little TV up there. You see that? I mean, the setup wise, it seems like he's thought about everything. Little thingy here. His MacBook chargers in there. He's thought about everything, but I just hate the fact that he doesn't give numbers, because it will help out so many people, so many students across the world in the UK who want to contemplate doing this. Okay, cool, the van is roughly going to cost me X amount. The bed is going to cost me X amount. That would be such a valuable video than playing around guessing games.
Long,
Man.
so I get
That's
30 amps going into batteries when I drive, which is the main way I get power, especially during winter. There's plenty of power. It's enough to run a toaster for like 4 hours, which is, I'd never need to do that really. Don't tend to eat that much toast. I have a computer in here as well. I have an air fryer, so it's plenty. So I've just got some more tools in there, recovery bits. I've got my 13 amp socket to plug in if I want to go to a campsite. I've got a 10-litre diesel tank for the diesel heater, which keeps me nice and toasty. Otherwise, it's pretty clear back here. I like to keep it as clear as possible so I can just have a bit more flexibility and put stuff in if I need to. So there's actually quite a lot of space. I've got an axe for cutting up wood, more water storage, and then I've got my gas bottle in here. So that's just for the gas hob. I've got a 2-burner gas hob, and I've only changed that once, and I've had the van for like 10 months now. So I've got a 54-litre water tank. That keeps me going.
How many mileage is on this van as well?
I'm sparing maybe 2 weeks, but I constantly fill up whenever I possibly can, whether that be at a campsite or here at uni, or just anywhere there's a tap, which is actually quite hard to find. When I bought the van, it was a camper van, so the bed was already here, all of the cladding, insulation, all of that stuff was done, but all of the systems I've put in myself. So all of the electrics, the water, the diesel heater, all of those things I've done myself. I spent a good few months sorting the van out, getting it.
How did you do it? Did you watch a YouTube video? Did you already have the knowledge? You know, did you get a mate to install it for you? If so, how much?
Ready to actually live in, but it was already a camper when I bought it. So oh yeah, you can also see my step, which is good, which I have slightly damaged. I did that just over there actually. I reversed into a signpost, but that's good. That's my parking sensor. Here we have another blink camera, so that's on the back, and it means I can, obviously there's no windows on the back here, so if I need to look out the back I can use the camera, which is quite a nice little security feature to have. But yeah, again, it's pretty stealthy. It just looks like a van, which is the idea, really. Literally, the only thing I have on this side is the little light you can see up there. So I can turn that on and then I can just have a bit of a security light if I need it. That's the only thing, really. I don't really know why there aren't more people doing this. It seems to make a lot of sense to me, especially with the fact that rent is so expensive and I'm only at uni for like 24, 25 weeks of the year, and you have to rent a house for 12 months. So it seemed quite wasteful, or almost, to pay so much money for rent when I'm only at uni for half the time I'm renting for. I did a placement year in my 3rd year, which meant I could save up some money and actually be able to do this. The van cost basically what 1 year of rent would cost. But the difference is, at the end of it, I still have a van that I can sell, and it's probably worth more than what I actually paid for it because I've done so much stuff to it. I understand that, you know, trying to get that money together could be a challenge, but if you can, you can save a lot of money overall. So yeah, I can sell this at the end of it if I wanted to, and recoup basically everything that I spent. So it's basically free accommodation in a way, not really, but kind of. I think my favourite thing is just the fact I get to live on my own. Yeah, having lived with some absolute menaces in 1st and 2nd year, I really wanted to live on my own. This basically allows me to do that. So I can live on my own. I can cook food whenever I want, which is something I wasn't able to do in 1st and 2nd year. There'd always be someone in the kitchen. Yeah, it just gives me a lot more autonomy, and I can do what I want when I want, which is yeah, something you're not always able to do when you share housing. So that's probably my favourite thing.
When Tesla releases a van, like a proper van, oh, that will stand out like a sore thumb. I was going to say, when they release a proper van, then it will be so much easier to just get that converted, because it's got 360 cameras pre-installed. It's got the sensory, I believe it's called sensory, but the feature where it allows the cameras to sense anything and everything that goes on. If a flipping cat comes up near your car, it records it, stores it in, so, and then you can put the solar panels on top. Job done. Bob's your uncle, or Bob's your
least
nan.
favourite thing, I don't know. I think it's unfair to say anything's the least favourite, because I don't think anything is really that bad. 2 things potentially. One is water. Just trying to find water is a bit annoying, to be honest, but in a way it's good. It makes you value the water, and you know, that goes for kind of everything. It makes you value things more than you would otherwise. Another bad thing is just the risk that it involves, I suppose. If the van was to have something go terminally wrong with it, I would be kind of screwed. So far so good, kind of, but yeah, that's probably the worst bit. So at the front here, up here, I just keep dry food. It's kind of a little bit of a pantry. Here is cooking equipment. Keep my bag up here, and I just have
So this is just all the
as
storage
well.
and stuff.
Coats and things get chucked up here. I've got some chopping boards here, and in this one is just towels, extra bedding, stuff like that. So yeah, it's all very practical. This space is actually, it goes back a bit further. So there's also just stuff chucked behind there. I've chucked all the contraband. I don't know what you got.
It's nice because it's a van, he can fully stand up in it as well. That's one thing you forget. If it was a normal car, it can be a bit, you know, tough, but you can be a bit more stealth. Especially, I mean, you could do this with a Tesla Model Y or Model X, and that is when you go full on stealth mode. That's very hard to detect. But a van, especially that blue van, if it's always there, I mean, okay, work van, but it could be a bit sus. But a Tesla model, even a Model Y, that will blend in like crazy. So I might be putting you guys on, I might be giving you some ideas.
I want you guys to see back there. It's powered, and they're good because I also have these lights. These super bright lights, but they're not dimmable, and at night time they're not very nice. They're not very cozy. Down here, there's just more storage. I keep hats and gloves and stuff, and they just black out the whole front of the cab and give me some privacy as well. Got another little storage thing over here. I don't even know what's in there. What is in there? Bungee cords, that's what's in it. So this is mainly just storage, to be honest. I keep all my stuff, I just chuck in there. This is my little needs to go. Often I'll set my laptop up here and I can sit there and do my work.
Do some uni work.
I've got a desk in here, which is quite handy. I also have my diesel heater down here, which is essential. You need that, otherwise it's not very warm. That's the easiest and safest way of doing it. Here we have a painting that my girlfriend did. She insists it's not finished yet, but I think it looks pretty great. One day it might have a final form, but I really like it. I think it adds something to the van, which is quite nice. I have a plug socket over here as well, so I can plug my laptop in over here.
I like it, man. It's well built. It's well built. Even looking at the kitchen, like, yeah, like he's winning. He's winning. Looking at the kitchen there and all that stuff is, yeah, you've got everything you need.
Do some work. Little shelf up here just for resistance. It's broken. It makes this noise, which isn't great. So this is currently out of action. I need to get a new one, but that's a big job and I really can't be bothered. So here I have I call it the flap. It's just a bit of oak and it is on 2 locking hinges, 2 pans on or whatever in the sink. This is my worktop, which isn't, you know, I don't think Gordon Ramsay would be very happy with that. So I had to get a bigger worktop, so this works great. Bigger sink, but I don't, so I'll get over it. Always handy. Spice rack and stuff, cleaning stuff. I have an air fryer down there somewhere. I have a slow cooker. I have a toaster. I have a kettle. Here's my wastewater. It's quite a small wastewater tank. I turn the gas on again. And the big advantage to having a kitchen like this in a van is that I can use it whenever I want and I can clean it and no one else will ruin it. So that's kind of the big, I don't know how big it is, but it's more room than I would have had at uni, where you've got a third of a fridge. So I have a big wardrobe. It's important to me to have as many clothes as I physically can. My logic being, the more clothes you have, the less often you have to do laundry. So I have a toilet behind my laundry basket. I don't know if you can see it, but if I need to use that in an emergency, which is all it's used for, I can pull it out and use it, but I do my best not to.
What do you typically do if you don't use that?
Well, most of the time I'm at uni, I'm at a supermarket, or I'm at the gym. So I can, you know, if you're a little bit strategic with it, you can make it work. It's not that difficult really. Showering, I'd shower at the gym as well. So my daily routine, I'll go to uni.
Yeah, so if you get a license, a membership for Pure Gym, this is not a plug by the way or anything, I'm just saying Pure Gym because mostly I use Pure Gym 24/7. You can use their showers, you're sorted. You're working out, staying active, cheap rent, basically 60 a month. What more do you want? Like, you're living. If you save up your tuition fee, maybe because they pay every 3 months what they used to, I don't know what it's like now, save 2 of that. Thankfully, he didn't tell us how much this costs, so we have 0 numbers in our heads. Great, hooray. Very useful. You can try and figure everything out by yourself and try and build one for yourself, as I said, which is very helpful. That's really bugging me. You could tell, isn't it? Like throughout the whole video, that's literally the only thing that I was so excited to watch this video, because I was like, wow, this is sick, a perfect breakdown, because it's gonna help out so many. You know, I'm gonna see all these numbers. This costs this much, that costs that much. No, everything's super vague. And yeah, so if you're a uni student, you want to do this, go figure it out. That's basically what I'm saying.
And then after that, I'll go to the gym, and I haven't had anyone tell me that it's in there. Everything. It's a widthways bed. Problem if there's to try and make it feel laid up here. Got some monitor, which has a little Fire, Amazon Fire TV stick, so I can sit back in bed and I can watch. This is where you'll find
TV.
Great. Things.
Yeah, guys. Let's just end it there. Let's see the comment section. The comment section should be positive, but I'm more so thinking of someone who wants to do this. Like, I would have loved to do this at uni, and I would have loved to literally have a breakdown. Okay, cool. Thanks so much. Okay, cool. That's just the guy. Let's see if he posts any content. Okay, it seems like he does, because he's got 6K subs. But yeah, actually, I don't think it's anything uni's business. Yeah, it's not anything. It's no one's business. Just about to finish my third year, finally uni. Refreshing to hear. Yep, 22. Yep. Fair play, understood. Okay, cool. What a clean and tidy van. It sure was. I did the same thing with the micro. Well done, my friend. Mariam. Liked him, his attitude. Yeah, no, he had a great attitude. 100%. I like the chap, don't get me wrong. Had a great attitude to everything. Seems like a genuine, actual nice guy. just didn't give us anything number wise. And I guess we're a numbers channel, so you know, we want to know the deets. We want the receipts. This man will go far. I pray that he does. Young Ed Sheeran. So yeah, so these are all positives, which I'm happy. Jolly bloke, fantastic young man, very wise. So yeah, as I said, good on him. Well done for doing it. But yeah, if I do find a guy who's actually breaking things down and giving numbers, not afraid to give numbers, then I'm gonna make that video for you guys. And because this seems like it could be one. And then yeah, we can run through it. You know, I'm just talking about specifically for like uni students and stuff like that. That will help so many. But now I'm starting to see a bunch of videos around this, so we might be in luck. I mean, look how big that kitchen looks. You see? But yeah, we might be in luck anyways. But yeah, let me know your comments in the comment section down below. Was this a good video? What video I should make next? What would you do if you were in this situation? And yes, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Like, do all that stuff, share the video. All right, peace out.